Have you ever taken a trip that surprised you, challenged you, or even changed the way you think?
Today, we're bringing you simple English, real conversations, and travel stories that can help you speak more confidently wherever you go.
From airports to hotels, from getting lost to discovering new cultures, every moment is a chance to learn.
And you don't need to travel far. You can practice through the stories we share with you today.
This is Plearn English Channel.
Let's explore the world through English, one journey at a time.
Welcome back to Plearn English Channel. Today, we're talking about travel experiences and why traveling can help you improve your English in a natural and enjoyable way.
Traveling forces you to use English in real situations. You have to talk to people, ask questions, read signs, order food, and solve problems. All of these help your speaking and listening skills grow quickly.
And many language studies, including research from the British Council, show that learners remember vocabulary better when they use it during real experiences instead of only memorizing it from a book.
Yes, because when you travel, every moment becomes practice. You hear different accents, different tones, and different ways of communicating.
And even if you don't travel often, learning through travel stories can still train your brain. When you imagine the situation, you also practice thinking in English.
That's why today's episode focuses on useful travel English, real examples, and tips that help you speak more naturally.
We'll take you through airports, hotels, restaurants, public transportation, and cultural situations.
And we'll share our own travel stories, simple, real, and helpful for everyday English learners.
So stay with us and let's begin our journey through language.
Let's start with the first place every traveler experiences, the airport. For many people, airport English feels stressful because everything happens fast.
Yes, and there are so many steps: check-in, security, immigration, and boarding. But once you know the key phrases, it becomes much easier.
One of the most useful phrases is, "Where is the check-in counter for this flight?" It helps you find the right place quickly.
I use that too. Another helpful phrase is, how long is the security line? Sometimes the line is short, but sometimes it's very long, especially during holidays.
A question people hear often at the airport is, "Do you have any liquids in your bag?"
Yes, I remember when I flew from Bangkok to Seoul, they asked me that question, and I answered, only a small cosmetic bottle under 100 milliliters.
That's perfect. Many airports follow the 100 milliliter liquid rule. If your liquids are over the limit, you usually have to throw them away.
Let's give our listeners a few simple sentences they can use at the airport. Where is the boarding gate? Is the flight on time? Can I have a window seat? Where can I pick up my luggage?
Great list. And one more useful phrase is, "I booked my ticket online." You might need it when checking in.
Evan, do you have any airport problems you remember?
Yes, one time in Kuala Lumpur, I couldn't find my gate because the signs were confusing. I asked an airport staff member, "Is this the right direction to gate C12?"
And they helped you.
Yes, immediately. That's why asking clear questions in English is important.
Airports are stressful, but when you learn simple phrases and stay calm, everything becomes smoother.
Exactly. And these expressions are useful not only for traveling, but also for learning confidence in daily English.
Let's move to the next part, hotel English. After the airport, the next big step for travelers is checking in at the hotel. The good news is, hotel conversations are usually very clear and easy to follow.
Yes, because hotel staff talk to international guests every day. They use simple sentences and they speak slowly.
One of the most common questions you will hear is, do you have a reservation?
And you can answer, "Yes, I booked a room under the name Evan," or "Yes, the reservation is under Mila."
Another question you might hear is, how many nights will you be staying?
And they often ask, would you like breakfast included? That's a good question to pay attention to because many hotels charge extra for breakfast.
Let me share one personal experience. When I was in Taipei, the receptionist asked me, would you like a room on a high floor or a low floor?
That's nice. Some hotels give you options for the view or the noise level.
Yes, and here are some useful phrases travelers can use. I have a reservation for 2 nights. Can I have an extra key card? Is Wi-Fi free? Could you recommend a good restaurant nearby?
Those are very practical. One time in Kuala Lumpur, the hotel asked me, would you like a late checkout? I didn't know I could stay longer, so I said yes.
Late checkout is amazing. Many hotels let you stay until 1 or 2 in the afternoon.
Another useful sentence is, there seems to be a problem with my room.
I used that once when I was in Vietnam. The air conditioner wasn't working. I told the hotel staff exactly that sentence, and they moved me to another room right away.
See, clear English helps you solve problems easily during travel.
And that's what we want our listeners to feel, more confident when speaking English.
Now that we've checked in, let's talk about one of the best parts of traveling, food and restaurants.
Yes, let's move on.
Food is one of the best parts of traveling, but for many people, ordering at a restaurant in English can feel a little scary.
Yes, especially when the menu is long or when the staff speak quickly. But once you learn a few simple phrases, everything becomes easier.
One useful sentence is, could I see the menu, please?
I use that every time. And another good question is, do you have any recommendations? It shows you're open to trying something new.
In many countries like the United States or Canada, waiters often check on you during your meal and ask, how's everything?
I remember the first time I went to Los Angeles. The waiter asked me that 3 times during the meal. I thought something was wrong.
Yes, but it's just their way of giving good service.
Here are some simple and useful phrases for ordering food. I'd like to order this dish. Can I have this without onions? Is this dish spicy? Could we get separate bills?
I want to share a travel food story. When I was in Japan, I went to a small sushi restaurant. I asked the chef, what's the most popular dish today?
And what did he say?
He said omakase, which means the chef chooses the dishes for you.
That's a brave choice.
Yes, but it was amazing. Every dish was a surprise.
Food is such an important part of travel. You learn about culture through food.
And sometimes you learn unexpected things. In some countries, like the US, leaving a tip is normal. But in places like Japan, leaving a tip can feel strange or even rude.
Yes, tipping culture is different everywhere. That's why asking simple questions helps. You can say, is service included?
That's a good one. It helps you avoid awkward moments.
And if you don't understand the menu, don't worry. You can always ask, what is this dish made of?
Or could you explain this item?
Learning restaurants English helps you enjoy your trip more.
And it helps you communicate not like a confused tourist, but like a confident traveler.
Now let's move on to something every traveler experiences sooner or later, getting lost.
Yes, that's next.
No matter how experienced you are as a traveler, getting lost is something that happens to everyone.
Yes, and sometimes getting lost becomes the most interesting part of the trip. But it helps to know the right English phrases so you can find your way.
One simple and useful sentence is, excuse me, how do I get to... You just add the place you're looking for.
Another helpful question is it far from here? It gives you an idea of how much time you need.
And if you use public transportation, you can ask, which bus should I take? Or which train goes to this area?
I remember once in Singapore, I was trying to find Marina Bay. I asked a local, is this the right way to Marina Bay?
And what did they say?
They said, almost, walk straight, turn left, and follow the signs. Very simple, very clear.
That's why knowing direction words is helpful. Words like left, right, straight, across, behind, next to, intersection.
And remember, not everyone gives perfect directions. Sometimes they point the wrong way without meaning to.
Yes, that's why it's smart to double check your map after you ask someone.
One phrase that is extremely useful is, "Could you show me on the map?" People often explain better when they point to a map on your phone.
I like that one. And here's another simple question. How long does it take to walk there?
Good one. It helps you plan your time.
Getting lost doesn't have to be scary. It can actually be interesting when you communicate with locals.
And every time you ask for directions, you're also practicing real English.
Exactly. It's a learning opportunity.
Now that we've talked about culture, let's share some essential English phrases every traveler should know.
That's a good idea. It's always useful to have a short list of must-know sentences.
Before we finish, let's give our listeners a short list of essential English phrases for traveling. These will help you in almost any situation.
Good idea. Here are some of my favorites. Could you repeat that, please? Do you speak English? Can you help me? How much does this cost? Where's the nearest restroom?
And I want to add one more very useful sentence. I'm not sure I understand. It's honest and clear, and people will usually explain more slowly for you.
Another helpful one is, can you show me on the map? This is great if you're asking for directions.
And for restaurants, you can use, "Could I see the menu, please?" Or "What do you recommend?"
Don't forget, polite phrases like thank you, excuse me, and sorry are very important. They work everywhere.
These short sentences make a big difference. They help you speak English naturally and confidently, even if your vocabulary is small.
The more you practice them in real situations, the easier traveling becomes.
And the more confident you are, the more enjoyable your trip will be.
So keep these phrases in mind for your next travel adventure.
Traveling teaches you more than you think. You learn new cultures, meet new people, try new foods, and of course, practice English in real situations.
The more you use these simple travel phrases, the more confident you will become, not only when speaking English, but also when handling unexpected situations.
Thank you for joining us on Plearn English channel today. We hope our travel stories and tips will help you on your next trip.
If you enjoyed today's episode, share it with someone who loves traveling or wants to improve their English.
And come back for more episodes. We'll explore new places, cultures, and English expressions together.
See you next time.
Bye for now.